Hi everyone, I'm Sanjana. I'm the Fireside Chat Coordinator for J&J, and I'm here with Derby for another Fireside Chat. Derby, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So first off, tell us about your educational and professional backgrounds and the path that you took to get to where you are today.
Right. So I grew up in Nigeria. I was born in Dallas, Texas, but spent most of my teenage years in Nigeria. Did go to high school, private boarding school. And in Nigerian system, you kind of have to know if you're going to do like sciences, arts, or social sciences. So I knew I didn't like the sciences in terms of just the coursework, and arts was not necessarily my thing then. So I decided to go into like social sciences. I like numbers. Accounting was fun, even though some people say it was boring. And then there was economics and everything. So I kind of did that for 3 years in senior high school. And then graduating high school, I had to decide what college was going to look like. I had no concrete plans of where I wanted to go to college. I kind of explored different options, applied to some schools in Nigeria, then also had the opportunity to apply to some other schools in the United States. And then I decided to attend Berea College, which is a private institution in Kentucky. Small school, but really phenomenal. And it's kind of like a hidden gem there. So I signed up for economics at the beginning, then added business administration with a concentration in finance. And when I made this decision, I don't think there was any like deep epiphany of this is what I wanted to do, or this is where I think I wanted to be. I just kind of like followed my interests. What did I really like? I liked numbers. I liked learning about money, and those things kind of like interested me. So I did those things. And I just feel like regardless of your major, business is a critical skill to have, and everyone should take a business course. So those are the kind of things I was thinking about then. And then in college, took classes, loved some, didn't really like some, but it was fine because in life, ups and downs just move with the groove. And then I started thinking about what was interesting to me outside of classes. And I started figuring out like, oh, I like to travel. I like to talk to people. I like to dance. So really using college to really feel these different aspects of things I was interested in and trying to make sense of what does this look like when I have to decide on a career. So I did different programs just to see, and the goal was just to explore, see, meet people. And sometimes I wouldn't even do anything. I would just hear what other people across the country in my class were doing. And it was always fascinating. And for me, that gave me an opportunity to just realize that there is a lot of possible ways and routes to go in career. So just try something. And then I did internships too as well. So I did I did a voluntary writing internships. I like to write. So I was just like, okay, wrote for this magazine. Good experience. Did something with my friend's nonprofit. My friend's startup in education. Did internships in banking. And just kind of like tried different things. And if I had to even do things differently, I would try to do different things. I just see what I liked or hated. And eventually I made the decision that there was still a lot to learn about the financial markets. There's a lot to learn about people's financial behaviors, which is kind of like how I made the decision to start in the wealth management private bank of JP Morgan as an analyst. And that is how like I kind of got there. I still feel like there's a lot to see, there's still a lot to learn, but then as a starting point, that was how I kind of made that decision.
Wow, that's awesome. And I like how you mentioned sort of following your interests and going with the flow. I feel like nowadays it's easy to just kind of be caught up in wanting to have like a set path for yourself, especially when it comes to your career. So I think it's really important that you touched on sort of letting loose and seeing where your interests guide you.
Absolutely, because the world is changing, the workplace is changing, we are constantly changing. And sometimes some people may argue that we're not changing, we're just discovering ourselves. So I think we do ourselves a disservice to tie ourselves in the box when we are not even done uncovering who we are. So yeah.
Absolutely. That was a great point. So my next question for you is, did you have any significant extracurricular experiences in high school and or college that you felt really helped you later on in your career?
I would say every extracurricular counts. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm the best person here, I'm winning awards. But I'll tell you what extracurriculars do for you. They prepare you because when you start working, when you're growing older, you're taking more responsibilities, you're dealing with people, you're learning about yourself. I feel like extracurriculars are a way to find ourselves. They're a way to like um, gain experiences that either build memories and skill sets. And I feel like those are the core things about life. Because in life, you're building relationships, you're trying new things, you're getting responsibilities and facing challenges. And your ability to face this with grace and resilience is very key. That determines if you're successful or not. So I did a ton of things. So in high school, I did some form of like sports, track, not like for a long time, but I remember participating at some point. I did like theater plays, like to act. I think acting helps us understand people because we can play different roles and you can actually build a connection to the different roles you're playing, and that helps you understand other people outside. Because I feel like for every role you're playing, there's somebody out there who actually, that is their actual life. So I did do some acting, then dancing. In college, I was part of the African Student Association. That was more of like a leadership opportunity to put together events, lead a group of people. So same skills you're going to apply in the real world, same skills you're developing there at a smaller scale. And yeah, I just let myself try different things. And I feel like in life, that's what we're really meant to do. I think those things are critical because the more you try, the more you get to, know by yourself, know what you don't like, know what really helps you, and you're better positioned to be of value to yourself, to your community, and everybody else.
Wow, that was an awesome response. Thanks so much for sharing. So my last question for you is, what advice would you give to young people who will be embarking on their professional lives soon?
Couple of things. Perspective is everything. So I know sometimes people may find themselves in opportunities that they are not necessarily excited about, but your perspective is everything. What story are you telling yourself? If I have a role that maybe wasn't my dream job, but then was still gonna give me some money, what narrative am I telling myself concerning my work? One of the best advice I ever received from my mom was about labor. There's dignity in every form of work, and you should respect it. And I feel like that shapes how we build careers. So not looking down on any work and saying like, oh, I can't see myself doing this, but asking yourself, what can I learn from this to make me a better leader? Because we are the leaders of tomorrow. You are the leaders of tomorrow. And being able to start thinking in that way would help you be more intentional about the opportunities you're considering, the attitude you bring into that internship or that volunteer experience, and also how you just approach life in general. In terms of your interests, like try things, don't limit yourself. Don't say, I cannot. Ask yourself, why not? And what do I need to get there? And start building those skills. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of more advanced problems that we need to solve, but being able to prepare ourselves. So if that means reading a book, if that means doing an extracurricular course to make sure that you're grounded and the knowledge that you need for that opportunity you're looking for, do it. So work hard, have a great attitude, start with the end in mind. What is the end goal eventually for you? What is your purpose? And let that guide you. Sometimes it may not make sense. Sometimes you may not get what you want, but then there's always purpose in every phase that you find yourself in.
That was incredible advice. I know I'm definitely going to keep that in mind as I go forward with college. So thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
All right. So thanks again for joining us. This was genuinely such an awesome session. I know I really took a lot away from it, and I'm sure everyone watching will too. So thanks, Derby.
Thank you again for the opportunity. It was good to be here.